Giant team ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Mean that you would run the Sanking in the off lane, and then you'd still be looking for mid
The
zero.
Dire get a ban.
But it seems more likely that he's going to be that mid Mirana and just gonna take it on the chin, try to play around the Viper, stay away from him for as much as you can. And then rely on these support rotations, make things happen, and with the Mirana in mid as well, just the Shadow Demon alone can be the roamer, essentially.
10 seconds.
Come in, try and find a disruption, then you can follow up yourself with the arrow. You don't
5
necessarily need
seconds
the
remaining.
Sanking there as well. He can stick around in the safe lane, continue to help out the Chaos Knight up against the Tide Hunter. Unless he ends up being in the offlane anyway. Well, these last couple of picks should tell us a little bit more on, yeah, Navi. I think in there as well that teams would still need that offlaner. So they take out the Omni Knight, which came into... and then with the title also picked by Navi, what's really left in terms of popular offlaners? I guess Darkseer could be one? I haven't run it recently, I don't believe. But there it is anyway, alright. Checking the last couple of drafts, and I am not seeing it, but don't quite have the data for a few of these matches because of all big remakes and whatnot. It doesn't show up in the draft overview on DOTA Buff. But in this game it does make some sense, right? You have the vacuum into the Sand King,
5
as like the
seconds
one stun
remaining.
combo that you have with that. But if you can get it off, then everything else gets a lot easier. Mirana is the extra bit of nuke damage for that, and Chaos Knight he wants to just... like he's very happy
Choose your
just standing
hero.
around in one small area where he doesn't have to walk around a lot and doesn't just have to rely on his W to get around and get on top of people. But Navi, Sven's still in the pool. That'll be their last pick, and the counter pick here in some senses to the Chaos Knight. Very momentum-based hero, but with stacking being super popular these days and teams getting really good at it, Ben has that easy way to farm up and ideally not just catch up, depending on laning stage obviously. Like Darkseer is not the best matchup here for the Sven. He will be quite annoyed by that. You would imagine here, especially if Team Spirit also commits more resources up top. And that'll depend on how much pressure General can put up in the bottom lane. So these dynamics will come into play.
5 seconds remaining.
Able to catch up or get ahead with all these ancient stacks and neutral stacks that they're gonna want to do anyway for General here to make sure that he can get a quick mech or blink dagger or whatever he wants to go for first. Probably gonna be the mech considering. Yeah, with that they should be able to fight quite nicely with the mech and quickly max out Warcry from the Sven to just help you up against the Chaos Knight in different ways other than just the cleave against the illusions. So basically the idea with the Sven is you just want to get on top because he can kill him before he gets a chance to do the same to you and your team. Which is very on the nose, straightforward. Let's see how it works. Oh yeah, actually.
Prepare for battle.
Contra el equipo de Team Spirit en la esquina superior derecha del torneo, Galaxy Battles.
Like jungle invasion, crystallize, yeah. He's not gonna get called out by that. It's been a while since since I've seen teams being giving up first blood in this kind of a fashion. Just running into 5 because you think it's alright. Most of the Dire side will end up in this area, and the Radiant side will go secure the top 2 runes here. And looks like General. Yeah, well, he'll end up in the offlane. He'll pull the creep wave. Spirit, they're rotating all the way around, plopping down the ward in mid. All returning. So they're not really rotating the supports up top just yet.
Oh,
That's DK Phobos actually gonna clutch this Titan and lane all together.
Now we get the
And gonna
good
put
stuff.
the Darks here up against him. Should be absolutely fine too. We'll be able to get the CS, especially out of the safe lane. So you end up with this aggressive tri lane. With Illidan, FNG, he's setting up, and Viper right now he's blocking up mid for LTW. But again, you do have this disruption into Burst Strike, into Illidan just walking up and providing whatever he can, Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift and whatnot. For CK to be really annoying and really strong, obviously he does need a lot of his levels. But in the meantime, should be able to farm one kills, one first blood. They do have to follow up stun left from the Chaos Bolt. It'll be 1 second, but plenty of time for Viper to come in, and that'll be that. First blood secured by him. Just
Strikes the perfect note.
he was the carry, I would say, typical carry teamfight contribution. Just swipe in for the last hit. So. Well, Navi, they already made the reaction. The reaction play General, walking all the way down bottom, still holding onto the TP scroll, and just gonna go on him. Yeah. Plop down, 2 seconds stand down for Illidan. Follow up right click, now the disruption. Also a little bit more time. It's gonna have to be right clicks to finish him off though, and it's not gonna be enough with the Fairy Fire, barely keeping himself alive. But Anchor Smash here mitigating some of the damage. Definitely a statement of intent here in this bottom lane. They don't want to leave, even though General coming back, and now, well, another stun after the Mango. Follow up is there, Bye being body blocked slightly by FG. Taking up a few tower shots too. They will find General. We'll look at right clicking down, but he's level 2 already. Kraken Shell will make that impossible for Viper alone. Roger actually making a rotation, and well, this tanking will pay the price, more than likely. Maybe not. Tower aggro being shifted here. Just in time, Roger. Not having more slows available. He's able to juke his way on out. Very close call though. Now, without the Shadow Demon there, you're lacking quite a bit of power. You end up with a bit of a 1-to-1 matchup right now, with Sanking also being forced to rotate out. He's also getting the bounty runes. So that was his main goal there. That does leave us with the Sven up against the Darkseid. I was talking about it in draft, how that's not the best matchup either. So Navi just trying to make the best out of a bad situation out of the lanes here. The only one that will always go in your favor is Viper, unless you go for some sort of heavy rotation like this here. Nightmare, Disruption into Arrow. LTW didn't quite get the right position. Then he will be just fine. Without that, he might have been right click down afterwards though. Level 1 Starstorm. Stun down bottom, Viper's there for the follow-up. He is also not taking tower shots. Another Anchor Smash level 2 at this point. Like, you do very little damage. This is technically level of base damage right now. And Illidan is doing another Burst Strike though. FG also coming in eventually. Will still be enough. General. He is tanky, but not that tanky to just walk all the way from the opposing tier 1 to his own. Alright. So this bottom lane, a lot of effort here committed for Team Spirit, but they're still making it work. Titan though, level 3.5, 3 3/4. Still getting that. A little bit ahead of the Chaos Knight right now. FNG and Viper looking for something else. Roger, just before nighttime, he's the one who's gonna get ganked. Disruption into Burst Strike, into a couple of right clicks. Middle mid, so there's a shackle for LTW. 1 leap, 2 leap, then we'll get him away. And well, Night Stalker going to be tanky enough to just be able to TP out under both of these heroes' eyes. General, yeah, he wants the bounty rune, doesn't get it though. Nice Burst Strike to secure that.
A Radiant using echolocation?
A lot of action, a lot of rotations here. Navi starting to try and match it here with the Shadow Shaman. Spent a lot of time down bottom. Obviously, you want to try and secure Crystallizer's farm as much as you can, and so far it's been successful. 19-1 to the still 20-4 from DK Phobos. So this guy is level 5.5, and going straight for the Arcane Boots into the mechanism. Only have Soul Link back in the staff. Another stick card is here, so he's gonna get gone on. Start off with the stun, follow up with the shackles. Roger says, well, like, it is nighttime. He wants to be making these rotations to try and help out. But he's not level 2, so he wasn't even the biggest part of the gank in the first place. At the same time, downbar. Another disruption in general. Well, eventually he'll be killed. You would imagine if they had a vision here. They just throw them on the stun. Well, then we'll secure it with that. FNG gets a Titan solution to work with for like 5 seconds. Hooray. Not the biggest of deals. It's a neat little change with the Soul Catcher, and actually interesting to see him go for this build in the first place. I mean, we see a lot of Shadow Demons these days go for the Shadow Poison build. But with the way he's roaming around, obviously, you rather have the disruption to Soul Catcher here, working together with the rest of the team, either the Mirana or the Sand King and the CK. And you're not just sitting in lane and spamming down Shadow Poison on somebody. The arrow will be tanked up by a creep. Well, that was a little bit overzealous. Top lane gonna go again on the DK Pro with Soneko. Won't get range for shackles just yet though until it's right under the tower. He's coming through, vacuum comes out, but it's not gonna be enough. Soneko gets the last step of damage out, but well, can't quite fly across the tree line. Night Stalker will fall in return. Gonna be nice here for Team Spirit. And all is shared. But Crystallize did get the kill. It was for the Soneko. I think Crystallize here seeing Chaos Knight up against him, but Soneko too. Like, he's being bottom blocked by FNG, dragged back by Litten, trying to deny himself to creeps. But they are asleep. Woke up a little bit too late to make that happen. So he's just straight up going to die. Big commitment, LTW also making rotation in case it was needed. They can try enough together here if they want, and that's what they're gonna do. Then you're obviously still doing extremely well. 37 and 14 to the 20 into LTW. Couldn't really make too much headway. Also level 5 to the level almost 7. Just the nature of the hero. A lot of time spent by these supports in these other lanes. Trying to stabilize them instead and just trying to deal with the Viper on his terms. Which is not impossible by any means, especially here if you have the DK forwards. Despite that death, he's still doing quite well for himself as far as Darkseers are concerned. Now matching this rotation with Crystallize, just continuing to be a nuisance. I'm looking at this mid lane, looking at this Night Stalker, still only level 3, and first nighttime is about to end, which is not exactly the best. Only 1 assist under his belt. Can't not get anything else here. Viper, without detection, you can't get him either inside the sandstorm, so... Well, he's always going to take to the corrosive haze. Oh no, corrosive skin. Corrosive haze is something different.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
So overall, teams were not the worst starts of momentum. Navi though, they're farming quite efficiently. Crystallize has not really been slowed down despite the Starkseer pressure, setting at 43 last hits. And the big one is the Viper here. Once he starts to roam around, maybe he even goes back for the Veil build. Right now isn't decided quite yet, I believe.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Like you can throw out a lot of damage in the mid game. You can't take it over completely, especially if you also have to spend max 3. And you can set up for that. You can be the aggressor. Divert a lot of attention from Team Spirit away from the Sven, so you can start farming up these jungle camps. No, there's one big ancient stack here. That's triple. That'll be extremely helpful. For Team Spirit, don't try and put the momentum in further. Look for Roger in the side of the jungle. But they will find him. Team come through though from the Viper. Denny wants to be a part of this, gets backed up. Roger will fall now. Try and transfer over. Another TP coming through though from Soneko. They've already lost the Shadow Demon and now also gonna lose the Darkseer. More than likely a Dendi. Already threw out that Viper Strike, so now has to rely on his right clicks. DK forwards, well, eventually should be called, and there it is. Double kill for him. And that's not exactly worth it. Like, you kill a level 4 Night Stalker, you lose 2 of your heroes. One of them is your solo laner. That's exactly the kind of rotations that I was thinking about just a moment ago. And just Dendi starting to be active and starting to leverage the strength of the Viper. max corrosive skin, so he's not really easily killable right now. Almost maxed out poison attack, so damage output is also quite nice. No space. In general though, well, he's still a bit of punch mech. Doesn't have the Ravage to work with, but only the teammates helping him out. He was thinking about it. Probably for the best that DK was interrupted that with the vacuum. Would not have ensured his survival.
I'll take your tribute.
It was like a 3-hero commitment though, and ILTW is still way behind. Look at him. Barely has Aquila completed. This was the one, but he's still working on Facebook. It's 10 minutes in. Look at his net worth, 2.6k, and even Illidan, despite all of the kills and assists that they've been able to get, he's not actually been farming a whole lot, so his net worth is still even less than that of the Tide Hunter, who they've been killing. To realize that, it's... You gotta conclude, well, this aggressive try then, even with all of these score points under their belt, not really... It didn't really work out well. Didn't really get them as far as they imagined. With these other 2 lanes they've been farming, they've been going ahead. So it's gonna be down to the Darks here. He's basically the only one who's got a lot of farm right now. And he's continuing to do that. And to take these jungle camps with the Iron Shell. So he will have a mech before long. Blink Dagger queued up afterwards. And if you can then leverage that into some sort of tower pushes, then that'll be alright. The thing is, I don't really think they have the lineup for it. Mechanism will be the only push sustain, and they don't have a lot of tower damage until Chaos Knight really gets off the ground. He's level 8, so it's not the worst. 3 points up the Altera. Chaos Fall, but point into Grid, and the one in Phantasm. But you can also use it to try and help with tower pushes. And if you get lucky, you get the extra loot. But still looking for him to just farm up right now, get his armor. Very far away from that right now, by the looks of it.
The prize is mine.
Well, especially with the new nighttime coming in, it is Roger's time to shine. LTW does have 2 more leap charges available. Roger can short the silence whenever he wants, but he's not getting any help. That kill is never going to happen. At the same time, we can also rotating around and getting range for the vacuum. I think that would have hit. They get the way to be Ravage on bottom though. Okay, that's a sinking down. FMG also on the middle of that. Try to go for Dendi alone between the 2 of them. Not sure it was going to be possible even without General rotating in. He's done half health after the counter. The skin is a hell of a drug. He's also actually went for the attack speed over the spell lifesteal. Is that a thing? I guess he's going for the right click build.
Thanks. I'm grateful to you.
Allies disappear.
I don't actually know how much of an impact this stuff has. I don't use it myself, but a lot of people do. I go for a ban. This lies on first. And will be brought down very quickly here with almost the entire team coming in now. The rest, Burst Strike across on the 2 heroes. Dendi didn't want to stick around. The rest of the team already dying. Close up the Viper Strike, trying to keep Viper away. General also threatening, but without the Ravage. Didn't care about him. They surge forward, another Burst Strike. And start directly getting down into the arrow, yeah?
With the fishes.
Casual chain feed here, just running them down one by one into the jungle. Exactly what I expected, but yeah, this is what you can do. This is still the weakness of the Titan for offlane. Sure, you can win the lane, you can do quite well there, but without that Ravage, you aren't really all that threatening. You don't have a lot of damage out right now. Well, the Burst Strike will miss. Either very low on health, but there's nothing particularly man. Still plenty of teams for heals. Natus Thunder from Crystallize time to keep away, but now the epicenter. They're turning the wrist around. Stick charges into another Burst Strike. You didn't have to stop the Illidan comes through with Fantasy. Now drag back and Crystallize out of armor here right now, but Shackles will keep Illidan safe. Dendi in the middle of that gets stunned up as Illidan falls. The walls as well. DK Phobos, ILTW trying to do what they can. This time, well, they're out of juice themselves. No more mana to work with to finish up either Dandy or Snake. The Team Spirit thought that they could turn this around. Apparently. White have no power. Well, technically, guys, this is a talk show. I am talking here. And this is a show. So... oh well. At least I don't have the wrong overlay. It'll be even more embarrassing. General down bottom, Fiverr. Gonna come in, they start off with the slowest map today. Try to hold on to the burst strike as long as possible here after the initial purge coming through from the practice shot. So then end up stunning the duration after that, but... well, 5 heroes down here. No rotations here. He could have gotten a Ravage off potentially. And a pretty good one at that, but one of his teammates decided it was worth it, so he just takes it on the chin as he did the entire game. Cool guy, 0-5 and 3. So far, not having the best of times.
Radiant fortified their structures. Attack their top tower. Needs some friends.
He's continuing to try to keep the momentum up, but it's not really working. I mean, still not farming particularly well. Ideally, you'd have the armor like 5 minutes ago. But all of his kill participation was really paying off just yet. As you compare that to Dendi, 6 kills, no deaths. That's more like it, right? He's also been farming next to these kills all the freaking time. So he's sitting at 7k network. Crystallized not too far away. I was talking about him having that farm potential with the cleave and a couple of stacks that he's been able to get. Now he has the Master Madness as well as the Echo Sabers. He's going to be hitting very, very fast. And level 2 Godstrength will also ensure that he's going to hit very hard at least some of the time. Link Dagger queued up next. That's what they're looking towards. Yeah, probably in the general as well eventually. Right now he wants a pipe of insight against all his magic damage is 4.5. So Iron Shell's quite annoying, mostly against the epicenter you would imagine. Keep his team safe against that. He's a little far behind as he is. He's not being able to provide crazy amount of damage just yet. So it's mostly what teams will have. It's mostly magical damage. So if you can mitigate that, shouldn't really die in RB. Now with Shadow, they do see Bioware get the surge up before the silence though. So they'll be fine unless they stick around. Bioware just got the Blink Dagger. Also really like getting out. But having that available, though before the pipe, that's still very effective. If they manage to catch somebody off guard without the help of the rest of the team, they can still burst it down more or less easily. We've seen it up against General. It's one of the tankiest heroes in Mountain right now. Then they might give him a run for his money with the Grosso skin. But yeah, 9 of them are really easy kills. So they have to commit like almost 5 heroes almost every single time.
The prize is mine.
Help with the farming. We might have anything either on CK, so that's something that you see them pick up sometimes. If they're just AFK farming the safe lane to just make sure that they can maintain that speed. Because CK not exactly very fast at it, right? You don't have any AoE.
Is drowning.
There's an Invis Rune. Do we want to try to do anything with that effigy though? No? Disruption into no arrow out of the W. Yeah, they did hit a creep there by the looks of it, but no general, look at him. Wrestle's team backing him up. He's very happy just threatening that Ravage. Smoke wrap around. I like this too. Team Spirit. Try and pick up somebody in the jungle. Navi, not gonna oblige. All sitting there except for Prince Light, and this is a big kill. They realize too, and trying to TP out, not gonna get it. Fiverr getting the range. This is a dead special. Pops a Godstrength, not sure about this one. Oh, you just wants to farm a couple of extra creeps. Alright, alright.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Does the illusion also have the extra strength? Good, right?
Dire's middle tower
To get them to lose Godstrength? Not sure how that exactly works with the Shadow Unit. Speaking of illusions, so the Phantasm ones. were taken care of here as I brought down a tier 1 tower. Even committing the Shadow Shaman works for it. Well, okay, gonna run into each other. Walk up to high ground here at daytime, down to half elves. Iron Shells continue to tick away, vacuum make away. ISW coming in to react a bit of damage, but the rest of Na'Vi going to get the shackles up. Epicenter being channeled up to turn this around. Triple burn strike here. Vacuum but no wall. The wall but no vacuum. The Ravage comes out to turn it. Dandy still in the middle of that. Well, rest of damage. It's not there. Dandy left to zone devices. And exactly what I said earlier, one of these Ravages where you'd rather have held on to it because it didn't really do anything. It looked great. But the burst strike beforehand set up for all of that. A lot better here for Team Spirit. They were the ones who came out well ahead. Roger, alright. They want blood, they want revenge. Team Spirit for pretty much the first time this game they actually got this. Well, you can discount that in the early parts.
Radiant's
that was
top
the blink
tower
dagger.
is on the rocks.
Got deaded. I think it's kind of
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
That's still the issue that I see from Spirit, despite everything. And, well, the bit of a gold lead that they had, nobody got ready to cover that as well. Continue blink forward. And the first strike by FNG. Late a little bit further with the drop from General is ready. We want to get the kill. The Neko was also aiming for it.
Radiant's bottom tower has
It's just a game from Navi working out. They got farm on the cores and that's all they really need.
Dire's middle
They
tower
got levels on the offline support. Roger hasn't even had that much impact this game. Still only 3 assists on a Night Stalker, but doesn't really seem to matter because the lanes worked out quite well. Again, even the bottom lane with Daniel being picked off time and time again. He's all this Ravage, he's still got his pipe. He still maintains more with than the Chaos Knight. This is what it comes back to for me time and time again. Last hits we have now 80. Yeah. 80 last hits with 191 crystallizing, 130 on damage. Well, gets a lot of kills. A couple of deaths here, and he's not spending the time with being this time
Radiant's
in creep
middle
camps.
tower can't handle this deluge.
Not really working out. And the Chaos Knight that's not scary in the game is, well, exactly that. Not scary for Na'Vi. And it's not exactly getting good. But we'll see what they can do though. Big Burst Strike is still working well with these rotations. Right? They continue to find these kind of heroes. Roger, luckily for him, it is nice that he's able to utilize the flying ability. Doesn't get the solution to work. Another Blink Burst Strike and okay. Roger, sticking around a little bit too long here. Diver living deeper for the kill. They picked up the tier 1. And they're gonna look for tier 2 now, perhaps as well. Let's say that though. Alright, they want Roshan, they want Aegis in their hands.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trade-off will be that one. Neko swinging the Serpent Lords. It's the only real push that they have between the two of them. Look at the tier 1 tower.
has fallen.
They have the Ravage and looks like they actually want to contest. Scotsman available to easy. Oh, they actually have the Blink Dagger too, so yeah, this is perfect opportunity. FNG doing a good job though, just cancels the Blink. Dagger, Blink from Bible as well. They bring down Roche, Crystallize, and gets a double stun here. And, well, Chaos Knight will have to pop it immediately out to W. Not in fighting shape, Na'Vi in the middle of a pit. Did lose some Neko here, but the entire team third back and work. Nice little burn strike with General. Purges off the stun, gets a Ravage off. This time, Sven, not back, gets stunned up by an arrow or something, but now back into the fray. Stun up on Darkseer, just leaves Illidan for General to finish off. He's almost talking his way out. And, well, he requires some extra health. Crystallize with another blink. And there it is, they see him. Burst strike, keeping them safe one more time though, and another banishment. They're trying to prevent the staff on Illidan as best they can. Mirana, well, it doesn't have the same protection. Cutting up to the north. Instead, they'll settle for FNG. Is still hunting. Does he have a TP scroll? That's the next question. Yes, he does. Alright. FNG giving his life for his carry. And Illidan making a great escape. But make no mistake, it was still a disaster for Team Spirit. Still lost the Aegis. They lost ILW, who's, well, I won't say didn't have an impact. He's 5-1-6. He's because mental style, like it doesn't feel like enough because of the position that they're in as a team in this game right now.
This sustains gold
Don't they get the Aegis themselves? But just a little bit quicker, and it's mostly for the placement teams where like FNG was spamming Shadow Poison up on the high ground, so that was always going to prevent the blink in from Tidehunter. So they had to come in a little bit slower, but winning like 3 heroes up there, but not just FNG, either now, well, blinking in again, yeah, Vincere coming through in the back, no burst strike, no enough mana for the tip of the stick charge. We'll still find the naked as crystallize the entire team there, and Denny next on the list. Straight up power overwhelming here for Team Spirit. Navi not ready to react. Again, Team Spirit fuck them one weakness that they have without the Ravage. They don't want the fire, so don't group up. Team Spirit down the lane. Onto the catapult, they have the Phantasm plus the destruction illusions. Quite a few CKs here winning away the tower. Back up and we don't actually have either Dendy or Spend, so can they stop this? I don't think they can actually. And well, Navi, they had the plan. General trying to slow them down. Snakers there has the wards. Let's bring them in, but force stuff out of it. Nice little burst as well. Actually need to blink out. So Team Spirit turning around. Snake will slow down. Again, no Ravage, so no reason to stop. Snake will fall immediately. Roger brought down again. 4 seconds stun just to have the icing on the cake. I do not agree with that Ravage. You need to wait for Sven or at least stem each other. Without that, you just don't have damage. Well, Navi, at the very least, they keep their Rex alive, so can't really fault them too much, I guess. Yeah. Maybe I've been discounting Team Spirit's plans a little bit too much. I've been hopping on about Chaos Knight not being super scary. He doesn't really have the ability to one-shot too many people. But you still have solutions to the Shadow Demon. You can still get lucky with the extra Phantom is still having an impact, especially if you can find the initiation, right? Find the quick kill. And you can play around the Ravage. Because Navi, they're relying on that. As well as Seneko even to get in, provide that extra bit of control. Together with Crystallize to have the God Strength available and be ready at the right time. If Navi don't get that proper chain of events going their way, then actually remarkably fragile as well as lacking the damage output. We saw just then in that mid push. So it doesn't really matter that Chaos Knight isn't as strong individually, because the team as a whole can still get these kills rather quickly if they work together. Looks at the now on Byron. The blink falls off. He's actually pretty harmed. For support. Those one Stark Team Spirit is FNG who's working for the on the Aghanim Scepter. So it does turn the Monica charges top lane. Alright. Cool Byver. Just as I thought about him having a lot of farm. He gets picked up. Now it's Navi's turn again. They have another Ravage. Try to trash our racks up to go. Well, they loot it. Drops the Phantasm. Don't get the extra loot. Gonna leave them down here. Top lane. Alright. Navi blinking it. Get this rack very quickly indeed. A vacuum. Waldo. Trying to turn us around. They instantly get the snipe on Seneko, but he falls away before he gets silenced up. We'll finish the racks and now try and either focus on more heroes or get themselves out, because don't think it's worth staying around for range racks. The wolves can take care of that. That's fine. We're on mid though. Well, also don't drop on Phantom lose. Great 1-for-1.
Middle barracks getting what they deserve.
Navi, they want more. Out of vision here. It is nighttime. So a bit of advantage. One of the front lines though, so getting wide and they have the water anyway. Also like how it's further back, because normally you just pop a sentry down here in the front. And a kind of standard sentry will not deal with that. I don't believe that they have a gem either on the second team's board. Surely eventually Chaos Knight will catch up. Looks like he's going for the Talbot. Pretty useful, considering that you have a Sven on the other team, and even Dandy, he went for the strike click build.
Gold remains.
Right. Plus on the attack speed. Attack range is not quite that important. We'd rather have the corrosive skin stats. Afterwards, well, you don't need the poison attack. In fact, this building is kind of a garbage talent. So it's go for lightning strike because plus 148 damage. It's very nice to have at level 25 indeed. We can be that secondary DPS at another now. But initiated on here with the Hex, but on the Chaos Knight doesn't have to Phantom of Death Rabbit on the Avalon. Out to everybody, crystallized right on top. Chopping down the CK. After there's also an FG slowing down crystallized here with his ultimates. And a little bit by Dandy. Not slowed at all, so FG will fall. LTW tries to continue to see what he can get. Nice little dodge there actually on Stormhammer. Good Mantis style, but team squared. Still loves 2 heroes. Not quite ready there, and these are the kind of initiations that I'll be looking for. Forward with the Hex, with the Blink Grab. But might want to think about getting some BKBs here in the Dark Team Spirit. Darkseer has it queued up right now, middle lane fighter. Just trying to keep the lane pushed out as far as he could, but didn't quite back off the time. But yeah, BKB in the works on Darkseer. Probably the most important one. If he doesn't get stunned up by the Ravage, and he can get the vacuum wall off. And at this point, I mean, the stronger Sven gets, stronger Viper gets.
Dire's bottom
the stronger
shrine
Warlord
is
would help to
under
help you out,
attack.
and even the odds to some extent. LTW has some only completed. Might want to get a BKB herself now. It's funny how you can do that, just blink out of that, but obviously it doesn't do that damage. This game, in terms of network, it's been remarkably even. Especially with the last series of events, Navi has been able to equalize it almost straight away here after that. After taking a boost in third, it didn't really last long at all. Slowly but surely heading towards that late game. Sven is getting bigger and bigger. 60k network now. He has his own BKB, showing off in that last fight. That makes it a very hard team spirit indeed. Try and control him up even. They still have this demonic purge, and they will have a couple of extra charges in that eventually. FNG, not exactly known to be best farmer either, and doesn't have any sort of GPM talent. Gonna be a while until he actually finishes up that item. Until then, he's just gonna have to hold on to the demonic purge for Sven in his BKB form. You know, trying to make sure to fight him around as long as he can. But that won't really help you against an initial jump, initial burst of one of these heroes. And if that is FMG, well, can't really cast demonic purge from the grave. 5-minute smoke. Not been spotted out here. Illidan showing himself. But you really need to also get a beat on the other heroes. Fiber, well, let's see him with the wall. Much higher. Oh, FMG is so yeah. That's one issue. We'll have to look towards vacuum wall here, but well. It's FMG actually, yeah. Like, managed to make his way out with one shot too. So now the actually botched up the initiation. Now they can start to turn around. And what BKB? Crystallize, slow down there, it's a Rabbit show. They haven't extended that just yet. Crystallize with another blink in, but done that. Won't extend just yet. Even W surviving in the side there. And BKB used this time on Danny, trying to run down anybody, but there's a lot of spells used. No one's really died just yet. Walking forward, another burst strike, clutch of the medium blue general. 4 seconds stun though. Left dead by the rest of his team. Very confused. I was ready to shout out kills and seeing team fights snowball in one way or another, but now it might actually very well in favor of Team Spirit Crystallize. What was that? Just sticking around on mid while the rest of the team was continuing to retreat? That was just greedy. Nothing more to say there, but yeah. As a result, this whole sham will actually go face Team Spirit. This was the reason why Navi went for smoke. Was it really wanted to make a team fight happen. But the target fire wasn't there. Not the Ravage, right? LCW dropped super low, but Crystallize went on the other side. Stunned up again. Team Spirit just kite.
In the ocean.
Can't ford an ocean.
Bit of a lag spike. Hopefully it'll stabilize in a second. But now we're right back. The kiting around Sven so very well. Especially here since they've been able to kite out at BKB.
Radiant structures are
I
fortified.
was questioning here the vacuum wall, but FNG he hit himself that time. Still staying alive here for the curve. Spells and shot survivor. Finding the burst right here with BKB on cooldown. Well, gonna be his job this game.
Really tight
Slowing down Sven, keeping them guessing, kiting around once, then and find ways to poke in, get some kills yourself. It seems to realize without these big jumps, without Crystallize being able to dish out the damage, Team Spirit's actually in a good spot. This also broken immediately by Roger, who has an Axe Gem. You have the vision advantage. Moonlit Shadow will not really do too much against them. It's one of these situations where you still go back for the gold. Not always necessary on Night Stalkers, but up against Mirana, against his invis potential. Really want that. So, like time's still lasting for 4 minutes, just a fresh one. By the time it ends, you'll have enough darkness available again to extend it.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Scanning for enemy.
Now be this time around. He spotted out through 2 though.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Let me find something here. Team Spirit is they're a little bit split up. FNG is showing himself, maybe baiting out a little bit for now. Deacon was didn't quite get the memo. Is going to be brought down. Surge not going to be enough. Same time the Hex and Chaos Knight. That's a much bigger kill even. Crystallize will still take a while to burst through him. Gets stunned up. So no BKB or anything. Will trigger lose the Aegis immediately. Lose the second by 2 instant attacks. And Russell's team are coming in. He had a BKB then. Maybe they can make the call. Alright. Buy back on Darkseer.
Fire's bottom shrine is
TB
under
was trying
attack.
to try and fight this as it stands. He just lost the huge amount of gets the gain of that series of events before the road down. Still have the cheese from LCW. Navi going down on the spot lane. They haven't even had to use the Ravage. The big threat is still available for Slice. Well, trying to burst down. FNG is still alive, and the buybacks from both of the Zeros now trying to come out. He controls them in. He's trying to kill people down. General last man standing up on the high ground here for Navi and gets a Ravage off enough from everybody. Then he starts to like to wake. Slice though, well, doesn't have the God Strength available just yet for another 10 seconds. So again, one of these Ravages where they can't immediately follow up with anything. Sneko will have to give up his life for the cause, or the rest of his team retreats. Lies. Ooh, BKB TP. Alright. Quite cancel that one. That was still pretty good for Navi though. They get another tier 3 tower. They force on 2 buybacks, one of them on the Chaos Knight. So if they kill him one more time, they should have an easy time going forward. They didn't lose any of the cores, they only lost Sneko.
Bounty.
Navi never really been that far ahead in terms of net worth. Neither team really has for long. The momentum just shifts time and time again, even now. With the Ravage on cooldown, there is an opportunity for Team Spirit to make something happen down in the bottom lane. They also have the Phantasm. They have ILTW turning into a decent right click here with the Mjolnir. Are they? Blink Burst Strike, but hey, guess what? Blink is here. But almost coming right from the Sven, so I'm not expecting they're still gonna take the fight. Crystallize. Real Scepter trying to lane a little bit. They will take care of the Phantom Illusions. But I wish won't help Team Spirit to win this fight now. But Leon Danny is only comes in again. He hacks, but searched away. Crystallize being thrown on DKFO with Epicenter. Being completely wasted. Navi, they're on the run, on the hunt. Forcing Team Spirit to be on the run. Fighter. He's gonna fight, but just baiting them. They're gonna bring down Shadow Shaman. The Phantom Drop comes through a Swiss Light on top of his own. BKB. Ilden though, down a half health. Stand up on a Viper here, needs to try and find some right clicks, but they're all so damn healthy still. Another Burst Strike in both of these cores. Close coming in, Dandy, well, he'll eventually fall after again by W. He's the one finally pulling his weight after this disastrous laning stage. And, well, double kill for him. Now it is Navi who get turned around on. These fights just back and forth like this entire game. Roger will be the triple kill for LTW. Again, the Rapting fight. Ravage is available again. General.
Radiant's bottom tower
He
is
doesn't
under
have his
attack.
Viper. They will have Sven with God Strength. They're really gonna have to pull it out if they want to save the racks. At the very least, Team Spirit cannot get negative.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom
Considering
barracks
the way these last couple times went with Blink Ravage without enough follow-up, I can't really blame him. Not even going for that. You need your entire team at this point.
Dire's middle tower
It's so
is
odd to see the
drowning.
CK not doing well at all in terms of net worth, but this team still like feeling themselves in the game and
Radiant's
even
top
winning.
shrine is under attack.
At least for right now. We'll see what that lasts. I wouldn't be too surprised if Navi could turn this around somehow with Team Spirit being one sort of extent. Well, 2x up now. They play this up properly. They should be fine. Also recovered the gem here from Roger. Like they're using these tools that they have very well throughout the entire game, and the longer the game goes, you get more of these to work with. Like the ultimate from Viper, continue to help Kite around Crystallize. BKB is on 6 seconds now. Not a long time at all. 7 seconds on Viper. We'll start around 2 issues. Especially if you put that in conjunction with all the mobility the teams would have. And the blink daggers, the leaps, surges. Get a forward, leap first back in general. Okay, yeah, he's just melts. Well, these CKL, if you have them, blink Yules here, force an echo. And very quick one. And he even gives them the extra walls to farm up. Which is a big question mark. Roshan waiting for the mid. May respawn in 17 seconds if it's a really quick one. And it will be very much in favor of Team Spirit. Ibeck already used in general here. They need that threat of the Ravage to make Team Spirit think twice about continuing. Maybe back off and wait for this Roshan. 50 seconds on the clock right now. Well, I'll just set up for that. Push down top lane. Ideally get some vision out there. They have this one on the right hand side of the bush, but and it kind of sees across, but not quite. So you want one either up here and up here, or one a little bit further down. Looks like they have too many more wards though right now. Yeah, there's one more available here.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Well, now you know that Roshan's potential sooner rather than later, so you're gonna have to try and contest this area. I don't think they're gonna win this game with ADHGs and Refresher Charge and Hands of Team Spirit. Well, Roger. He'll beat himself, still has that vision advantage. Got himself another gem. Oh well. Unable to deny the DB, unfortunately, but well, at least it doesn't get called out. That would be I will scared out the fact that Roshan is there for Team Spirit. Both teams on the same page there. They get rid of the invision of Tiger. There we go. If they can kill General again, that was great. Crystallize wants to go in here, trying to go on FNG. He's taking enough disruption here, and all of a sudden Crystallize standing between a couple of kills. He'll still finish up the kill in the end. Also to vacuum into the Ravage though. Turning things around, Epicenter in front, not really doing too much with Dendy, but Crystallized, well, he will take out in the end. LTW Shackles onto Logran. Ilden just gets up to the high ground here with the W. Brings down another one. 2 for 2 trade, still very much in favor of Team Spirit. So they did bring down the big heavy puncher. LTW though, oh, if he dies,
Magic.
it could be a good turnaround, but Ilden and TK Phobos taking over, screening for their friend. Now V then dies straight right now indeed. The gem will be recovered. Roger now, it's 1 for each eye. Forcing LTW all the way back. It's gotta be the name of the game now. Navi, they're pretty good at that. Pretty good at slowing down these kind of games. Skipping creep waves here, making sure that you buy enough time as much time as possible for your cores to respawn naturally, because Sven, well, doesn't have buyback. Has enough money, but 2.5 minutes left on cooldown.
Gold remains.
Good. Couldn't immediately get anything off of that particular team fight. Still have a little bit of time left. 11 working away at the Roshan himself. But this is the big win condition for Team Spirit. Almost there. Cancel region immediately.
Hiding.
Arrow connects. Him and Roger on the outside. General not on the Ravage for 60 seconds.
That
Yes. Just have to try, no? Making vision is quite be annoying with the Shadow Point spam across the pit. Navi, you see everything that's going on. Fiverr, well, use BKB to make sure that there's no way to interrupt it. It's pure HG for the rest of his team. Finish off Roger by themselves. Sure, why not? He does have buyback. As well as leaving a buyback status at this point. And, well, back in trying to see inside the trees, and they go, well, the creeps actually find him. Drops on the walls to try and get rid of as many of these as he can. I don't think it really actually might matter. It wasn't first. No buyback available for him. It's only Rock as well as Dendy who have it. And he's isn't quite level 25 yet, so those plus 1 to 20 damage is not available. I'm not sure if it would even matter, honestly. Other than if nothing else, he's pretty damn tanky. You also have to just pressure shot actually. Darkseer, so double wall, double hex, double shielders, double guard. It's just like coming in. They have to do something right now, but four stuff up on our Ilden gets stuff up to the high ground. So very much like even if they kill him, it's gonna come right back. Hex completely, no BKB, no crystallize. And they're just running them over. One by one. Four stuffing around, kiting him. Staying alive themselves, only losing FNG, Hurricane Pikes from LTW, couple Rex or Lightwings leap forward. Generally, he's still pretty damn tanky, but they don't really care about him. The Ravage has not been enough this game. This looks like we'll run away with game number 1 here, and they're gonna get Denny. Trying to do what he can. Trying to keep his team alive, buying back. They're not giving up just yet. Not a buyback, just sticking in here for Crystallize, so they have that, but don't have God Strength even. Get another kill on some buyback. Rex is still standing actually, so as long as there's Rex, there's hope. Especially with a Sven on the team, you can deal with super creeps, mega creeps, technically as well. But you never really push out with just the Sven to deal with it, so this is why Viper's already starting to build into himself. Now we hit level 25, let's hit to make the talent decision. Silence this game could be quite useful as well, honestly. BK4 was, despite having queued up, only never actually went for the BKB. LTW also doesn't want to build it himself, and well, CK has it. He's gonna precast the Phantasm anyway, and this is what it is. But yeah, just Silence a Darkseer or something if he comes in. Ability in the vacuum wall could be a thing. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. But I don't need that extra damage output. He went for it anyway. It's really good utility. It's more of an issue of making sure to actually have the time to right click. And have the range to right click on even him. Even on Dandy, but mostly on Crystallize. Navi, not out of it just yet. Holding on by a thread, but now the goal lead bigger than ever, 18k. Looking good. Closing in on the 20k mark. No more buybacks. Generals will take back in. 20 seconds on the clock there. This will be available by the time next team breaks out. Nichols maybe if he somehow finds enough money, but I doubt it. Bird has most of theirs. Gotta do 2 books, almost level 25 himself. And it could be interesting. I do think you go for the demonic purge damage here, especially with the charges. That's 400 damage. Plus 500 makes 900 times 3? Yeah, that's a lot. This slice is dodge that with this is spell immunity, but the damage is not, so I think you can still dodge the damage. But Crystallize is a very limited window with his BKB, down 5 seconds for a long time, so if you just wait that out, you can just triple purge him and he's gonna be down to very low health indeed. If you need that, you can just straight up kill Shadow Shaman with 2 of those. Glimmer Cape might walk them out there a little bit as well. There's the death push. Team Spirit coming in. Illidan has the G's in his inventory. That's the shot up. And outside the second goes straight in. General would be instant ravage. Crystallize with a follow-up. Alright, that's a good start. Taking down Fiber. Now looking for more. Vacuum in. Trying to control them. Team Spirit trying to walk away. A little bit of time here to kite out the rest of Navi. Will connect. Now maybe they can go back in. Maybe they can find Roger. He's just used his flying goal to go over the ridge line. They are respecting Navi now despite the Ravager missing. Despite the Godstring coming up. It was a death push, but turns out the only death was Fiber. So they're gonna stop it in its tracks. Navi's still in the game. Still gonna take a lot more of these kind of takeouts and team fights to make it work for them. Maybe just 2. Maybe just 2 team fights. Like 1 to win, like decisively get a couple of these 4 kills. 4 kills, so the arrow just lands on the Sven. The McCabe can stay for the time being. Team Spirit wants to commit here. Doesn't look like it. Would seem like a full play. Just keep tapping everyone in now. Gonna initiate here with the bench from Snake, but Kevin and Olden, they see Roger in the back. Try and bring him down first, and they will Crystallize. Double stun though with the Shackles also, keeping LTWs there. He's gonna be the first core to fall. Silence of the Darkseer can't start himself out of there at all, even if it wasn't a cooldown. Slowed down the Shackles to creep. It's not gonna be helpful. Crystallize though, blinking in from another stun. Godstring still going. Be the second kill. Alright. That works. 2 very important heroes for Team Spirit on the sidelines. Now, you have to push across the river. You have to push all the way to the base, force out these buybacks, win another team fight. And then, maybe just then, you can get another set of rags, maybe even mega creeps. This is a tall order though, because you have 2 lanes pushing in constantly here with these super creeps. Crystallize, force the TP back, and walk back. Get rid of that. Push out the middle lane. They have to spend so much time, they can't commit to top. 2 or 3 heroes alive. The moment they split up, they're dead. Okay, that's your pops. Everything coming through is BKB, Crystallize, match that. There's a lot of heroes really can't fight it out against that. Maybe with General though, BKB ended on both these heroes shackled until then, but the defense is dropped. Alright, that'll work. FNP doing quite a bit in the backlines. We'll get rid of some Mako in exchange. Crystallize on the run. Dendy coming back in. And some of the slow available from Metal Strike. They call Crystallize. They want more. They want this Chaos Knight. And they were, oh my god, and there it is. He also has buyback. LTW able to hold on to his. He might very well have to use it because now Navi is in a position where they have the lanes in a decent position. At least mid and top, bottom lane is a bit of a different story. That will claim tier 4 power. We'll claim the Rax here if it's not responding to. Not the Rax, the second tier boy in the ancient. Oh my god. He's dead. That's a refresher, so. He can buy back. By the time things will get across, he will have double Ravage. BKB Crystallize here would be the big one. Double Force off of F&G. Does not have any demonic code charges left. BKB, TB, nothing I can count for. Bad anyway. Alright, so now we get back. Quite find the opening. Lost objective here. Well, tier 4 tower also 95 health points. That'll not reach at all. But a little bit too resilient here with the advantage of having these two racks pushing in. Now, no Chaos Knight on one side, no Tide Hunter together. He can buy back, TPing for double Ravage. But there's a threat here, so Team Spirit have to be extremely careful about how they approach this. Aggressive 4-staff in, 4-staff back out. He is broke. The Ghost is not an issue right now, but lasts for a while. They do bring in safety. Have to take care of these creeps. Look at Calibles. There it is, that's buyback. That should mean, yeah, Team Spirit back it up immediately. Whittling away, slowly but surely. They do not want to throw this game. Navi is a team that don't want to take your chances with like that. Going in 0-1 in the best of 3 series. Especially with this much at stake. Galaxy Battles. The first major of the new year, 2018. So it's Vincere in Manila. Want to be able to punch a ticket and at the very least make it to the finals with these qualifiers to have a chance at the wild card. If you look at the items, you look at Roger, like 1-11-11, it's not exactly kind of scoreline that you expect out of a successful Night Stalker. But he's had his uses, even just with the Aghanim Scepter and the Gem. This vision has been so freaking crucial. Snako, well, he's had limited capabilities for this entire game, it feels like. It is daytime, so don't put that extra night vision. Wrapping around, that shadow, and here's second round, double Ravage available here if he wants to, but Neil's not back to one up to everyone else. There's a Ravage 1, Ravage 2 even at the same time, but it sounds like nothing. They lost Generals, they lost Crystallize. It's gonna come right back, but we'll use God Strength here before that. We'll find F&G somewhere down here. Then we finish the at what cost? Still very much alive. Dendy not so much. Force to buy back again. Crystallize doesn't have this big punching power. Without the God Strength, just severely lacking in damage. I feel illusion from the wall still chipping away at the melee racks. Team Spirit is still very timid. They don't want to overcommit here to these racks. Just wanted to force these buybacks. That's what they want. Only lost F&G. All the advantage now have 22k, and guess what? That's not Roshan up. Aegis, Cheese, and another refresher shot. So double back in wall. Maybe even double Phantasm, wouldn't hate that either. Spam illusions. Very strong illusions like that. Spam them down and right click away at the range tracks. Even if the Sven hadn't used that, might not actually be worthwhile. Anyway, this is something that Navi can without the Ravages. Right. Once he respawns, he'll have the first one back. The second one will follow another half. And they hold out that long question. But there's extra advantage in hand. And just afford to go a little bit YOLO. Commit. Fine first down to spend here with no regard for losses. He's down. Or Danny's down even, I'm not even sure. This lies is a bigger kill here. They die one more time, then that'll be it. It has to be it eventually, right? So far Navi proves to be extremely resilient, but this game, I think it requires a miracle at this point. Perhaps Vincere is going AFK for a couple of minutes. You can't quite just select a hero, press A and click on the bottom left hand corner of the map. Not quite there just yet. One start. On the technical initiative, Blink Ravage, double Ravage coming through, FNG dies immediately. Illidan pops the DKB. Has the cheese in his backpack right now, so he has to pulls the TP out. ISW dropping super low himself. He does have the Aegis. Trying to trade, he's trying to bring down Bendy. He's left alone, and well, all 5 heroes around him. He should be able to control up if needed. Five come back in, there it is. They still get ILTW. They still have that power with the BKB. Crystal is holding on to it until the perfect moment. Now all of a sudden Team Spirit losing more and more heroes. DK forward. Him and Fiverr trying to get back in, trying to make use of that Aegis on the Mirana. This was one crucial kill on Dendy at the very least. But this is why there's no second round in this game.
Radiant's Ancient is
This is
under
why
attack.
they have this new winner in the sales. He is getting more momentum this season as this Navi lineup. This determination to not give up. This is what you need. Especially in this kind of game. Just trust in your ability to take the late game fights and take the late games in general. To play it out the way you have to. There's always a way to win. Especially in the game mode, especially if it sticks around a little bit too far forward. It's nullified here, Roger, able to get this extra item. It's a little bit too far away to actually follow up.
Can't wait to see Radiant's top
Statement of intent.
barracks fall.
As long as it's just a CK, Navi will be just fine pushing down the lane, forcing a few buybacks. There's one. 30 seconds on the other two.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Probably just be happy giving that ability. Wasn't also overall rather than 5 that was the first time we made
Radiant's
use of
Ancient is under attack.
Resistance. Code remains.
in pain. But yeah, it's like in DOTA 20k per teams at one point now, back to 13k. Like almost a 10k swing here on the back of the team.
Illusion.
No reason why Navi would not be able to find a similar kind of team fights. I mean, that was a fight where Team Spirit had 8 SGs and refresher shot. And just lost it that decisively. At some point it doesn't matter how the game went. It just matters that where you are right now, which is, well, we have all the tools. We have double Ravage again, available for general. Well, everyone has the core items, everyone has the tools that they need, and it's just a matter of using it properly. And making sure that you actually get kills with them. Or just commit for the throne, but that's the thing. They got question. Maybe they've been a little bit too timid earlier. Maybe there was a timing window that they missed. Very hard to make that judgment call, even for me, with a scrub. But, especially if you're in the game as well. You don't have all the information I have. I have a hard time calling it, well. It's a bit of an issue. FNG 100 seconds on the sidelines. No buyback for him. Missing the gold. BTB, just make sure. The other lane. Oh no, it was ITW pushing this. Right, so this is the reaction, so Navi can do anything else on the map. Unless they somehow bail down on LTW, but yeah, he's
The prize is
backing
mine.
off towards the rest of the team. Next Roshan, what's the start on that? 2.4 seconds. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. 2 minutes 40 seconds. Alright, there you go. Only get a couple of hours sleep after casting for 8 days in a row. In this game. That's taking me towards the 65-minute mark. And I don't have no casting. Do excuse these small little lapses. Okay, goes on the Sand King. What he wants to go for? He already has that Egg Scepter. Any other items that we missed, actually? I guess Halberd and DK Phobos, like he's completely stacked. LTW with the MKD, so all these butterflies. Okay, that is Ravage to General. Going up, double Ravage available to bring down one. Buyback immediately, and now a bit of a turnaround. Vacuum to the wall. Good start now. Phantasm. More streets to Tide Hunter. It's not exactly more hard, you only use Ravage to see people, so though first everyone to stay right taking. Emperor down Sven. Dandy. Triple for D was the wall for you. So extra hit damage. Pretty damn solid. Cost them a buyback in the but Dandy and Crystallize. Both of them down. Both of them will have buyback taking in. That's the only reason that we go for this kind of play. Into the Dire Side base. It's quite expected. They went for it anyway. The buybacks used already. Dandies will be available in a couple of seconds in case they're needed. But Team Spirit? Well, I don't know if they just say, well, enough is enough. We can go, but Dandy buying back. Just putting it on cooldown, I guess at this point is better than just holding on to it for as long as you can. Only General has it. Single Ravage available in 35 seconds.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Single Ravage another 30 seconds after that. Work now. They're coming through General. Just putting on him here, so he's tanking that. Pressure to release Crystallize. Double stamp. Starting in here onto LTW. 1 leap, 2 leap up the high ground. Nullify onto Chaos Knights. He's actually in a little bit of trouble. That's so fast, but then the cheese eaten. We'll make sure that he survives. Denny, not so much. That's a dieback for him. And now it's on with Crystallize. If he falls here too, then it's all over finally here for Team Spirit. They lost LTW. Bites back immediately. Ready to boost up travel right in the middle of that. Also Ilden though, who just died before that General. Had the refresher tick in, so ILTW has to make the long walk. Somehow Navi holding on.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
It was the wrong target to TP2, like, let's be real here. That was a misplay, but regardless, 100 seconds on the sidelines for 3 of Navi's heroes. They were never gonna win that as soon as ILTW got back across. So it's called regardless. Team Spirit with game number 1 in this best of 3 series in the Galaxy.
to ban.
Dire's ban now.
Radiant's turn to ban.
The Dire get a ban.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick. Shadow Demon. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 1 here between Team Spirit and Na'Vi in the Galactic Battles EU qualifiers. It might as well be game 1. It is actually game 2, but the drafts so far are a carbon copy. Same bands search through extremely quickly, and then the same first pick for Team Spirit. The only difference is they're on the Radiant side now, and Na'Vi
10 seconds.
the Dire. They still get the Shadow Shaman for Tsuneko, and still get the Night Stalker. If I'm gonna see the same game again, I'm gonna be very upset. Especially if it lasts another 65 minutes. Like, my name is Dragondrop, and this is the semifinals. If you lose here, you're out for it. If you do make it to the finals, even if you lose that, in the CS region, you do have the chance at a wild card.
Here's the
But,
Radiant
if you
ban.
really want to secure your tickets to play in the Galaxy Battles, then you have to win that too, obviously. Of course, it's the first Mage of 2018. Definitely want to be a part of that if you can. And yeah, name bans even beyond that. Medusa ban those well.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Also, pay no attention to this pip. Team Spirit actually won game number 1, so the admin's messed. When that happened the other day, made a remake after the draft. Because of that, which I still think is silly, but I know how big you guys' attention spans are. And of course, there's new people coming in, it can be a bit confusing. Just know, that was not my doing, even though I've messed up plenty today already. This was not me. It was the admin here, not adjusting that properly after it switch sides. So, it is Team Spirit who won game number 1. And now
Radiant's turn to
well,
pick.
what's the hero? We're gonna find out now. It is the puck. Alright, so the setup for this one, very strong mid laner. Can be very active, get you a lot of kills in the mid, and maybe even start to snowball. pretty good against tanking. Like you have plenty of ways to snap him out of the sandstorm, even without detection.
10 seconds.
Save a bit on that.
5
Don't really care
seconds
too much about the
remaining.
Shadow Demon. Very elusive. Right? That's what it's down to. Once you get the Yule, the Blink, you're very hard to lock down with what you have right now on Team Spirit. So if they want better solutions, easier solutions almost, then you could go back for something to Doom. Run him in the offlane. Or even run
Dyer's
Sen. You have
turn
the
to pick.
as well, but okay, sticking to the guns. Chaos now. The bend out either way, so that's one big counter to hero. So with Puck, a little of some AoE control and a little bit of AoE burst. That's nice.
10 seconds.
You want to go back for this. What other heroes are there against DK?
5 seconds remaining.
Terrorblade actually would say, just because you have a lot of base armor to work with. Of damage yourself, but then again, this problem of the Shadow Demon, take illusion yourself. I don't know. Have to be Sven. Just go all on magic
Radiant's
damage.
turn to pick.
Just go Pac-Man, just push them
Sven's
down, but it
ready.
is Sven. Alright. Nothing really wrong with that pick. It's just the fact that Navi couldn't always take all the team fights. Team Spirit got plenty of momentum. This might very well be a different game though, depending on where they want to run their
10
lane.
seconds.
Like Chaos Knight took a lot of
5
time to
seconds
get off the
remaining.
ground because it didn't really farm. Got a couple of kills here, but most of the time between that was spent like running around looking for more kills rather than farming up a creep wave for a couple of minutes. So we got a very late armlet. Never really recover. Didn't matter in the end because the game turned into late game. And at that point, everyone had enough time to get what they need. This might very well be different here if they can just run them in the safe for a while, maybe even get Midas. Or just get an earlier time armlet. And all of a sudden, Chaos Knight gets as scary as it was in later parts of the game much earlier.
The Dire
What you
get
want
a
to do
ban.
now?
Mirana.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn to pick. Abyssal Underlord. Ten seconds.
Oh, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Queen.
Choose your
of
hero.
Pain.
to get really big. As well as these other heroes, like just win the lanes. Get more mileage out of Roger. I think that's what this kind of strat is gonna be hinging on.
Someone's connection just
And, this time around, he has some better lanes to gank, right? Ganking a lane with the Viper on your team is also kind of limited in damage output, at least the burst damage output. But you're thinking about heroes like Queen of Pain, like a Puck. Nightsack comes into that, throws out a slow, throws down a silence. Both will be able to follow up with a little burst damage. And we are going to make have a remake. By the look of it. Alright. I'm gonna throw back to pause, I'll be right back with the game that's remade.
Now's the time for diplomacy.
Well, that's rich coming from you.
If they're wearing a
Kunka.
court shirt, they'll pop up soon enough. "30 seconds to battle."
Now we get the good stuff.
For once, we're in agreement.
I wreck any undersea cable I get my hands on. Dire's top tower needs some friends.
Same as you, Tide Hunter. Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
It's sinking, just like your ships. Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge. Dire's middle tower is drowning. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower won't last long. Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder.
Now Crystallize, he's getting all the love in the world. DK Phobos, he's getting some so again. Arrow will find will find Roger after disruption. The combination, it's very old school indeed. You see a lot of Bane Marana these days. But Shadow Demon Mirana is just as potent, if not more potent. You have to time it up a little bit better, because the Nightmare obviously it waits for the arrow disruption. You have to properly time it, but you do have the Soul Catcher for the extra damage. 3 and 5. They're up here. It is nighttime. They're staying on the vision. What? Noise. They also had this observer. They got a lot of rotation in first place, so General's not exposing himself at all. Roger, made rotation, or maybe he can just for safety, I guess, because can't really kill Gillidan, can they? They're gonna try. Time's coming through, and a couple more right clicks. TP and from Bible will be forced out. At the same time, the Shadow Shaman will die to the disruption arrow combo. Vincere just starting this game just like game number 1, just with the finger on the gas, or with the foot on the gas. That's the expression I was looking for. Finger on the trigger time and time again here on this disruption combo. FNG once again. Orb is available. Fake here, Burst Striker. Not gonna be enough time with the extra 2 seconds stun, another kill. That's still a combo. What's coming in? What can he really do? Once again, he finds himself in a situation where he has a hard time having an impact. Because Team Spirit are the ones just dictating the pace of the game. Time and time again. That's the Shackle or Sameko from this. General make notation. Alright. Navi putting themselves on the board. They got just snagging that. Go deep and shot before Mirana moving right.
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
And if that doesn't use on top, he gets the actual illusion. Everything working right. But already working away this tower. They do have the catapult. Someone's gonna have to tank up the creep the tower. No. Oh, they did it. They did it. I don't know how he did it. Maybe right-clicked the hero elsewhere across the map. Elsewhere across the map, actually. DK Phobos gonna be gone on, but he's pretty damn tanky at this point. 3 points into the atrophy aura. Not actually doing a whole lot of damage even with God Strength.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Is he fine? Yeah, Burst Strike across. But once again, first nighttime. Night Stalker still 0, 1, and 0. This is not what you want. Not at all. I was thinking about here this burst damage potential, but got level 6. Got a lot of issues here with these kind of things. Luckily for him now, Creep was able to tank up the arrow for him. The hero Creep right there. But yeah. Puck being killed a couple of times. Not exactly what you're looking for either. Just very good rotation from Team Spirit to make all of that happen. This is strength of having these strong solo lanes too. ILTW is very survivable in the stealth. You have Underlord safe lane, he'll not die either, certainly not now. Unless there's like a big commitment from Navi, and even in top lane. Right? They didn't have too many resources to throw out against a very tanky Deus lane. Especially not knowing where exactly the supports are at. What do you do as a Shadow Shaman in this situation? Stack up camps, I guess that works. Well, just sitting around to circle a little bit of that experience. Because, ideally you want to get into level 6 ASAP so you have that nighttime on demand. But the Ancient Stack's not going to be enough for that. Vincere just continue to pressure these lanes. FNG putting his own levels up top. Doing good pull. Gotta slow down a little bit now. Make sure that you get your epicenter, you get your demonic purge. Viper's looking in the jungle. FNG confident enough to do the thing. Navi, well, they can't really punish it because they catch on themselves. Pretty pain though at this point at least. Dandy level 7. Sonic Wave available, 3 points up in this thing. So that's your burst potential. Just need to try and find a way in. That's the other thing. Once you leave the lane, it should be immediately spotted out by Team Spirit. And called out as well. Level 6 in Park is also covered kind of TP up linearly. Also available. Let's try and walk his way out, but being body blocked by his own illusion is not ideal. But as soon as the call comes, you can just go for the TP. And yeah. general realizes his mistake. No tier 1 tower means no quick support
It's
to help him get that
sinking,
kill.
just like your ships.
Right now, Team Spirit just... I don't want to say outplaying, but they're really making good use of the draft to win these lanes. And get their heroes to where they need to be. The flip side is, again, Danny, he's farmed quite well. Goes crystallizing instead. He's getting these ancient stacks uncontested. So he's getting 5k gold. 5.5k or something after he finishes up a couple of victories here. And you do level 6 now on the Night Stalker. Garage Shaman also pretty close, it's another nice little timing that you can extra farm with the Serpent Wards on the tower. But now, Burst Strike, keep either safe against Roger. With the Moonlight Shadow here, they're rotating in some more heroes. Not gonna be able to intercept the Queen of Pain, but it looks good. Roger, they had division. Once again, nighttime is so annoying. You see nothing. Literally nothing. Chef Shaman back to Neko. Throws on one spell, but gets bursted by that 3 points up in the Chaos Ball. So even though Roger came to TP, nothing he can do to help his teammate here. That's also one thing of the Night Stalker. If we are not aggressive, we were forced to be defensive like that. Just gonna die, maybe? Stick charges will be enough, and another TP, this one can crystallize. It's a lot more dangerous than Neko also coming back into Biver. Well, okay. Barely being right-clicked down in time before his own TP completes. Navi with a big commitment here. They keep Roger safe.
Dire's middle tower is
which
under
is fine, I guess, but they're also gonna get that extra kill and the momentum in this wave. They're gonna need to take the tower though. They have the Serpent Ward to make that happen with. Team Spirit wants to let it go. And DK4 as well, one Firestorm and missing the entire creep wave. Still committing though, so they go. Walking away, not a lot of extra mana to work with, so I don't actually agree with this decision to drop down the wards. If you're not going to commit to the push, they were never really going to be able to. So, a little bit of damage onto the tower, traded for all this gold though, and managed to farm up all of these wards. Might as well been a hero kill. Double lead to get away from the fall of this Stormhammer. Banishment into the arrow, but TW a little bit too late to trigger there, Roger able to walk it away. And if you look at the net worth, it's not actually that much of a differential, but it's still slowly but surely going up and up for Team Spirit. With the way these games going so far. The reason Navi isn't further behind right now is crystallizing. So very well into the lane. Okay. This time that'll connect onto Dandy, and it's an important hero. Again, it feels like Navi can't afford to lose either Crystallize or Dandy in this game. Unless General can pick up the slack, right? Puck, very similar hero to the Queen of Pain. And he already has the Blink Dagger, so Blink Coil, Silence at 3 points, pretty good initiation. But you also need Fallout. Crystallize is in the general area, no Blink Dagger for him. Just, he does have the active to complete it though. Has a Blink queued up. So if you then have General blinking in, controlling people up for General to follow up, then that's the combo that you're looking for right now with your Navi. Again, they're not quite there yet. Roger. 0-1-0, it's second night time.
Dire's middle tower is drowning.
I wish it was less bugged with the indicator. I wish nighttime wasn't as bugged anyway, because the later the game goes, the further off it will be off the 0 second mark. It'll be like 4 seconds after a minute, 4 minutes. It's just silly. Never really been a priority. Oh god, Dandy just blinking into this one. Only level 2 is not the shortest cooldown. They're gonna be able to directly kick down. That is so unfortunate, if nothing else. And you can't afford that if you're Navi.
Dire's
All
middle
this
tower
momentum
is
just gonna
drowning.
continue going in favor of Team Spirit. They don't quite have the Phantasm. But in this game even Illidan, he's the top network. He's not even falling behind because he did go for that Midas. He did spend some time farming. He doesn't want to be in austerity mode like he was last game for the longest time. So He's keeping up. Another 2 cores are also not forget either 5.5k in both DK Phobos as well as ILTW. Phase boots, Aquila on 1 for the Manta style. The mechanism already up and running for Underlord. Going straight for the pipe next. So all of this magic damage that Navi has, and they have to rely on here between Puck and Dendi. General and Dendi. The only thing they have right now, this magical burst. They haven't really been able to get it on a target. So this is all highly theoretical, but it is possible for them to get kills with that. If they're going for it. But right now Dendi seems to be very confident. Very happy just farming away. Although he does have the veil. Could start to group up a little bit more, but not with their entire hero lineup. Like Illidan is still down bottom, he's continuing to farm using his Midas. And also a fighter. Farming his own blink daggers, so they're not even being too inefficient right now. Just because they're so far ahead, they can feel confident saying, yeah, be careful, you have a mech, you're fine. You can be in the front line. Don't have FNG there with the disruption already. ILTW still has all of his 3 lead charges right now, so it's decently hard for Navi to go in. So they can just get these tier 1 towers for free while still farming elsewhere on the map.
Dire's middle tower is down.
Okay, that's a good kill. Fiverr. 100 gold away. Cycles down bottom Roger will be a knight. Combo or the coil at the very least already used for a puck. From trade across the map. More drag back. Coil across, arrow fly. And tower. Still go down if you're coming in, Illidan. He doesn't quite want to tank it all that much. It was much lower, yeah, you commit for it, you get blasted. And hope to god you get out one. Hell? Alright. Arrow is just elite into Starfall and you get the tower denied, plus the walls bombed up again. That's essentially is like 200, 300 gold something. 9 times 55. God, they did not bottom though, so I'm glad committed. Not really consume enough damage just yet. General has to commit a little bit further in, try and get FNG. He will secure the kill. And what carves? He lost Crystallize, and now General is potentially in trouble. DK Phobos doesn't have another bit of malice. All across the other side, just split the heroes up. Then again, as long as you have the phase shift, you cannot really lock him down easily. It's gonna have to use his Midas. There's no creeps here in this lane, in this camp. Might have to go to lane, or just wait for creeps to respawn. For the map, Roger. Marana and ILTW can commit. Forward into the arrow. Oh, Fiverr comes through, showing up a blink dagger. He still manages to go. Makes for a much easier kill while still maintaining that Reaper combo. It's max level now, so replenishing time is not the worst. 30 seconds. Okay, there's 60 of them. But this is not looking good for Navi, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this time. Yes, nice. Gonna get going on. Nice to put a mana, so try and interrupt. That's the call coming through as well. DK forward. Hey, taxi service. 4 people here. Better haul ass out of there. Nothing simpler than that. 2k health points already, and that's even with the armor activated. So it's quite a lot to chew through for Navi. Even with a magical burst, and didn't quite even have the Sonic Wave back at that point. Meanwhile, this happened. Son of himself, pop the Phantasm now and just dies. Not really as strong as he wants to be at this point in the game. Blink Burrow Strike also catches Roger. 0-3-0 should be 0-4-0 here in Night Talk, unless General can have something to say about it. Comes in, trying to go for a little bit of interruption. The full 5-man lineup for Vincere is in lane now. Reason for them to stop would be to defend other towers, but Seneko another set of support. So let's get 1. There's more fine. Tier 2. And 2 units still on the sidelines, they can put on some pressure on the tier 3 as well. Even if it's better from that. Okay. Lift force down. Don't have the get out jail free count on the Doctor. They still have the mechanism. Still feel very strong indeed. But with Crystallize coming back, that's a little bit too much to chance here. Also considering that he should know that Denny has got a great time. It is level 2. If he lands it, that's a lot of damage to work with. Almost 400 now with that spell.
Invisibility.
There's no reason for Team Spirit to take this kind of risk right now because they're way ahead in this game already. Your head get further ahead. Dendy. Right. All of his damage is done. Bit of malice. He just didn't die. He thought he was safe. He thought Team Spirit would split up and farm, but they did. They stuck around as a 5-man unit.
Just what are you hiding?
They seem to be making all the right moves because now that hero down, they have an opportunity to go into rush time. Get that Aegis. And probably push down the bottom lane because that's being pressured by Snake. Or if you feel really bold now, could decide to go down mid, but then respawning. So I think that's gonna be the play for Team Spirit. And say that though, they're not TPing down there at all. Snake is there sitting in the trees, waiting for someone to show. Doesn't run to the wall. General standing out of business, not revealing himself. They were hoping for somebody to TP back. But Team Spirit doesn't care. Just say, okay, sure, you commit the walls. That's nice. One less thing to worry about, I guess. We have an Aegis, we have Destruction. We're gonna have another Phantasm. So, can use the wall for high ground. But they will lose Crystallize. Then it's way down here to try and trade with the Godspring. Roger is skipping Creeper. He's got the Courier, so it's Hunter Shadow's actually on it. Since we can though, that's 22 minutes max. Arrow will connect on it, then need it back. Nice little silence in the stun general, keeping his friends safe. Now the epicenter was cancelled. The big walk cancelled it. Might have been, I don't know. Epicenter wasted, but they got what they came for. They're not losing anything. The only thing that they lost out on was an extra kill on Denny, just due to General throwing his life on the line there almost. Just the blink silence and then preventing the follow-up stun from and reality with the Chaos Lane. But yeah, bottom tower barely took damage. But all they really lost in terms of objectives was the tier 2. And it doesn't take a genius to say that that was well worth it. Now being of much less farm to go around, because this middle lane will yield half of the gold. I won't say anything against Roger because he's a very talented player. In this draft, in these games against Team Spirit, it was not the right hero for him here. It really feels like it. Either that or just something was missing here. Because 23 minutes in, a Night Stalker 0-4-0. If nothing else, it's an indication that you're not doing well whatsoever. Then the 7k net worth. Almost eclipsed by 4 positions tanking here. There's a force up in the stat line. The only saving grace is Crystallize. He is still pretty damn strong. Almost has the BKB completed too. Blink Dagger, Active Saber together with Cross can do damage if you get on top of somebody. That is a big if at this point, especially without the BKB. With it, gets a little bit easier because then one more time, the only thing that you have to worry about is that demonic purge. We're still pretty used in that particular scenario. A couple of PPs from mid lane. Want to let this go jump yet. Get the first strike off and Crystallize. Follow up here, they there's no Glimmer Cake. Will expire now. They will run it down with the arrow. Power will go down so much double weight. At the same time, General ends up falling solo to Illidan. Must have been a bit of a lapse there because must have got stunned and killed immediately. Phantasm was used, so he had to reuse. It was one of these things where you don't even get a chance to react.
Worthy tribute.
The bounce for them as well. Stop for the 5-star first strike. Real down just like that. Falling apart at the seams. Last game. They stuck around. They will stick around in this game as well. Even more ferocity. It's a tournament life on fine. Out W. Oh, they will find something. not have the wards, so we'll have to keep them on place with Roger.
Shrine is under
Need
attack.
what? Silence. That'll be landed off. LTW is absolutely fine here. And Wrestle Team Spirit is down bottom. Before was extra illusions here for destruction.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Could be tier 2 going down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
With Diffuse Blade on Mirana. So the classic build up, extra DPS. Extra slows.
Dire's bottom tower couldn't withstand
Looks
the
like he will have
tide.
BKB now. Coming out. Go for more damage here on the Daedalus. So it's like the all-in kind of play that you have to do. The other chance you get, you need to do max damage, so the crit, big old crit stick, will allow you to do that.
Bottom tower is about to
I mean, he does have the attack speed supported, and you almost guarantee a crit, with the Echo Save and the Massive Madness. So that's still going to be an issue, but well, is it really? Look at Illidan, he has freaking heart. With heart and armor, singing 4.5k health points. Arrow flies through, and can actually get this Roger. Illidan, he wants a kill. Okay, stop again. That's for that. Leave on the backline, so Crystallize comes in, leap away from LTW. You'll be fine. In with some fivers, Snake commits the wall together with the Shackles to make that happen. Crystallize looks for another target. Trying to fight up against Illidan to get some defensive interruption. BKB is now timed down. Oh my god, this is not fun to watch here. Illidan turns on the Phantasm, starts right-clicking, double kill for the big CK player. It is one of his most notorious heroes, and this game certainly shows why. They secure a team fight, they will secure the racks. No buyback to Crystallize. Fair question, this game. Then he gets the blink out, he'll be fine.
Dire's middle tower is under pressure.
Good, or he's starting to right-click away at the racks. They can't get Negas right now, so Na'Vi, they will stick around. I'm not giving up just yet.
Dire's
But they will have to take a good team fight. They'll have to as soon as they respawn.
Fortified structures can't be breached.
Buy a little bit more time with their clip. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if they have the damage output against the Chaos Knight. They will have another God Strength from Sven. There's no Phantasm. This is the best that's going to get. Also kind of low on mana. No Demonic Purge on FNG. But they're waiting away the interest. They want to end this game right now. They don't want this to turn to another 60 minute slugfest. And Arrow lands the champ down. He's down right back immediately. Roger doesn't have the same luxury. Glorified military at this point anyway. Crystallize comes in. Leaf still comes down. And defensive crouch off to Mirana. Illidan down to half health. Starting to racket away. With Gritty healing stuff up. Crystallize. His BKB will expire now. The stun. The drag back from the ULT with Fiber. Also racking away. The old Scepter will try and back Crystallize a little bit more time. But he will fall. Does have buyback. Mirana did fall, but DK Phobos is going to teleport right in. Mirana already pulled the trigger on the TP score, so he cannot hit you right there. Na'Vi still somehow, they are in the game, but Illidan, that's, yeah. Heal up a little bit on the heart first. You know, the rest of the team controlling up the disruption to Arrow once again. This crazy combo, and that will lead into another kill. Dendi also has buyback, and at this point though, everyone has used it on the side of Na'Vi. Everyone has available general. Still have to hold off and okay, Knight. Dropping everything that he can on the defensive disruption. Buying them more time. DK Phobos on with the pipe, with everything. Just keep friends alive. And the Ancient. Big one. Down to low health. They get some general. They get Dendi. GG is forced out. Na'Vi. They are out of the Galaxy Battles. Hero qualifiers. Just like that. Team Spirit coming up swinging in game number 1.